Okay, shalom, shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem Rakah Kwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom and salute to the hopefully elect. All right, I'm going to do something on this particular lesson. I had I was thinking about the Israelites and our heritage and how we have 12 tribes um, out of our forefather Jacob, right? So I just did a little something different today. I did an AI search, and I entitled it "How many Salaki?" I'm trying to fix it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so I looked up how many tribes of Edomites are there, because you got different types of Edomites, just like you got different type of Israelites. I mean, hey, it's 12 tribes, so you know they're going to look different. Um, a Gadite looks a little different from a Benjamite, or Judite can look a little different from a Levite, even though that's the same. They're in the same northern, because the Israelites are separated by tribes, and then you got the northern and the southern tribe, right? So you can have some of the southern tribe that look different, or you can have some of them that look the same. You can have a northern tribe that look like a southern tribe, but he's actually that look like and vice versa. Um, you can have a southern tribe that looks like a northern tribe, and vice versa. So I'm gonna go ahead and just read this particular information. Right, it says the Edomites were historically organized into 14 original tribes. Now, I didn't I just AI I just looked this up on AI, so I'm just reading. Um, this just came to mind, so I'll investigate that because we got 13 tribes. But just the information out there. It says so. It says often called clans or chiefdoms. I wonder if they get that from the that clan from the KKK. I don't know, but it says and eventually 11 regional administrative tribes, territories, as they transition into a settled kingdom. It says the primary record for these groups is found in Genesis, the 36th chapter, which lists them according to their descent from Esau, three wives. All right. So that almost sound like Jacob. Jacob had three wives, four wives? Okay, so it says the original 14 tribes, the clans. Don't the KKKs call themselves clans? But clans just means family or tribe. But yeah, so if we got tribes, and guess what? The elites know this. Something with the Rockefellers and the Oppenheimers and the what else? What else? The Red Shields. They they know this information. They knew this information before some of us knew this information. It says these were the early groups led by the grandson of Esau, known as chiefs. So they got the heads. They're in order. They're in order too. But this is not given. See, the average so-called white person or average Edomite, they don't look. They ain't looking up this information. They don't know this. But it's. I find it quite amazing that now Jake is knowing his heritage, and that's all through the Heavenly Father and the Son. So it says from his wife Ada, seven tribes: Teman, Omar, Zipho, Kenaz, Korah, Gadam, and Amalek. And we know Amalek is those small hats mainly. It could be Teman too, because Teman, I believe the elders and apostles, they got the chart, they made the chart, and I believe that's German. So they yeah, that's one of the tribes. It says from his wife Basemath, Besamath, 4 tribes. It says Nahath, Zerah, Shama, and Mizah. And these names almost sound they sound Hebrew, most of them. But guess what? That was that was Jacob's brother. So of course they're gonna have some of the culture coming from Isaac, you know, and regeneration going all the way back. They were known as Cain. You know, that's where Cain lineage kept going. But the descendants of Cain, they passed in the flood, you know. But how the Lord does it, he bring them back in the reincarnation through Esau. You know, he brought Cain back through Esau. So it says, where was that? Yeah, Shammah and Mizah. It says from his wife, O O O Aholabama, Aholabama. It says Jish, Jalem, and Korah. So there you go. It says the later 11 original tribes. In later biblical records, the structure shifted towards regional leadership based on settled territories rather than just family lines. So here you got the names of the Edomites, 11 tribes, you know. And look at this, the most powerful, often the most powerful tribe, Teman. They known as the Germans, you know. So Teman, the top tribes of Esau is mainly Teman and Amalek. All right, here we go. We're gonna read this, and that'll be, that'll be it. This is a different type of video, because the thought came to my mind to look it up. I was just like, it's 12 tribes of us, and I was watching a video, and I saw 2 Edomites. They looked to be Edomites, and they looked like Edomites, but they looked different. Like one was blue eyed. He had a blue eyed straight hair. Then the other one looked like a different type of Edomite. And I was like, damn, you know what? There's different tribes of Esau. You know what I mean? All of them ain't gonna look alike, but they similar, but they're gonna look different. And that's where you get this. And it says key historical details. It says the Temanites, the tribe of Teman was the most prominent. The name was often used interchangeably with Edom in prophetic texts. There you go. It said the Amalekites, while descended from Esau's grandson, Amalek, the often functioned as a distinct and nomadic warrior tribe separate from the main Edomite kingdom. And then you got assimilation. The Edomites originally lived in Mount Seir, right? And we had to pass through that way when we was when we was in the wilderness. And that damn devil, right? They wouldn't even let us pass through. And it's crazy because Esau had that hate going all the way back, even after, even generations later, because Moses was Jacob. And in that reincarnation, Jacob had to talk to the king to pass through the land. And guess who the king was? He had to have been Esau. So they had to ask the king to pass through the land. And the king said no. Moses or Jacob was like talking, that was a beef right there. He was like, we ain't going to touch the water or nothing like that. We ain't even going to drink. We just want to pass your land. And Esau said no. And guess what? These damn devils were killing when we left. These devils was killing. They always go after the wheat. They was killing the women and children that's in the back. So Esau don't attack you up front. He'll stab you in the back. He'll go for a cow, like just like a coward. It says assimilation. The Edomites originally lived in Mount Seir and absorbed the indigenous Horite tribes. Uh-oh, here we go. See, man, they know, man. Look at this. It says the cave dwellers into their culture. Come on, man. Come on, man. Do you see that? And you don't, where you get the word Caucasian from? Cave dwellers. So it's right here in Google. I'm surprised they didn't, why they left this up? I'm surprised they didn't take this down. There you go right there. It's telling you who they are right there. That's wow. And here you got the biblical www.org right there. The Horite tribe, the cave dwellers. See? It says key takeaway. While the Israelites had 12 tribes, the Edomite had a parallel structure that started with 14 clans and evolved into 11 territorial districts. See? So that's the spirit had me think about doing this video, because they parallel to us. That's our wicked brother. So they're going to be similar. The things that we do are going to be the total similar, but the total opposite. The good and the evil. You see what I'm saying? It said key takeaways. While the Israelites had 12 tribes, the Edomites had a parallel structure that started with 14 clans and evolved into 11 territorial districts. If you'd like to explore more, I can help you with. It says the war between the Edomites and the Israelite tribes, the fate of these tribes after the Babylonian exile, the Idumeans, the specific region each tribe controlled, like Teman and Bazor. But that's about it. I just, the spirit came to me. I was like, if we got 12 tribes of us. They got tribes too. And just like you got different types of Israelites, you got different type of so-called white people or Edomites, right? But now it's throughout this time, there's been a lot of mixing, which mixing ain't really a thing, because we it's one straight line. We come from our fathers, but I'm talking about mixture as far as genetics or how you look. There's been a lot of mixing going on, so a lot of Israelites going to look different, and a lot of Edomites going to look different. Some Israelites going to look like Edomites, some Edomites going to look like Israelites, and vice versa. That's why we mainly go on the spirit. But yeah. So Lord willing, this is edifying. Till again, shalom.